Now back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Gaston's White River Resort, and Barton Power Sports.
Okay, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. And you heard one of our sponsors roll through there that we've had for many, many years. And it's my favorite place to go and trout fish and just to go. And I can't wait to go. As I told you listeners, I will be heading to Gaston's a week from Sunday, and I can't wait with all my health issues. And we have Ron Brannaman on the line with us, the general manager over at Gaston. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Do you have my tent ready, Ron?
Well, we do.
Okay.
We got the outside potty ready to go.
Good.
You're in good shape.
I can't.
He was kind of hoping for a teepee. He told me he's going to take up teepee living.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't wait to get over there because this is – I was trying to think when I talked to Clint the other day, Clint Gaston, and he will be at the governor's conference, he told me, when I will be over there. And
Okay.
And he said he won't get to see me. I said, well, that was a way that your granddad used to avoid me, too. He'd have to go.
That seemed to happen all the time like that.
Yeah, it did. But I don't think Jim liked it going to those conferences. He'd rather been up there at the resort.
Yeah, I think so.
Than doing that. And, of course, it's different now. Without Jim Gaston, we sure miss him, and I know you guys do. But Clint,
we do. Yep.
You guys have stepped in, and this is let's talk about March for fishing on the White River. What's going on?
Well, we're back pretty much to normal operation. The lake levels up on Bull Shoals and up above us are back to normal, and they're still running some water anywhere from we actually got down to 2 or 3 units the other day, and running a lot of 3 and 4 generators. Fishing's been excellent, catching a lot of nice browns.
Yes.
And the weather's been really good, too. That's just what's been amazing. It's just been gorgeous weather, and we're just going to have a great weekend, and things look good, catching a lot of fish on artificials, and the fly fishing's been good. It's just a kind of a win-win situation right now.
Yeah, and you had an extra day in February there, too, with leap year.
Yep.
So you could have that. It has been an unusual situation. I don't know.
We've had good fishing all winter long and pretty much a mild winter.
And we know that the catch and release area is open now. I mean,
catch and release area is open, and we've had a lot of folks from your area. We had our great freeze out group that comes from Memphis every year.
Yeah,
a bunch of really good guys. They were here a couple weeks ago and had a great time with them as usual. Always.
And Ron, what's this? What is like this front's coming through? We're talking about 5 inches of rain in Memphis this weekend, this week, in the middle of next week. What is that? Are you guys forecast to have some rain too?
Well, they moved the rain up into like Tuesday, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
About 60-70%. I haven't heard how much, but I don't think it's going to affect as much now that they got the lake back down to normal power pool. Actually, it's below power pool, so the Corps done a great job getting ready for spring rain, so I don't think it's going to affect as much. I don't think you'll see any kind of real high water situation like we had a couple months ago when the lakes were all so high. They got things pretty much under control right now. Hope it stays that way, and hope we don't have we like getting those rains 1 or 2 inches. We don't want those 6 and 7 inches all the time.
No, I know that. And we're talking to Ron Brannaman, the general manager at Gaston's White River Resort up near Lakeview, Arkansas. About 5 hours, a nice ride from Memphis over there across North Arkansas. It's the way I go because you go through Harding, you go through all those, get to see all the Ozarks. But what about anything special going on now? We're into March now for you guys.
We still have a March Madness special going on cottages. If they stay 2 nights, they get 30% off on the cottage rates. And
great. Yeah.
Our restaurant is open full time now.
Full time, okay.
And 6:30 in the morning till 8 during the week, till 9 on weekends. And we got a new restaurant manager and chef, and we're really excited about him. He's really doing a good job, and we got some specials going on all the time. And
well, that's what Clint had told me, that you got a new man, and mention that too. Folks, if you haven't been to Gaston's, go to Gaston's. It's my place I call Memory Maker. Ron, thank you, buddy, and I'll see you in about a week or so, okay?
Y'all have a great day, and just leave that rain at home.
Okay, Ron. Thank you, buddy. All right. Ron Brannaman. And we mentioned earlier about deer rallies going on, and we got the Have we been able to hook up with Ty Inmon yet? Are we still trying to get him?
I have not. The phone number is not working.
The phone number for Ty Inmon is not working. Well, as Dave Gabbard just starts talking here, I'm going to see if I can hook up with Ty and make sure I haven't got the wrong number. This is
Well, I'll explain while you're searching.
You explain
there,
what
a deer rally is.
Explain what a deer rally is.
Okay.
All right.
A deer rally is a gathering of hunters.
Yes.
That bring their deer that they have took during the past season or prior seasons to get their antlers scored. There's Tennessee does have what we call a deer registry.
Yeah.
That it's kind of like our record book. On the national level, you have what the Boone and Crockett.
Yes.
We
were
for
explaining
gun,
that to me. Yeah.
Or Pope and Young for archery.
Yeah.
And so Tennessee has a registry for quality deer, and it gives and the people will bring their antlers in, and our guys.
Can't you go on the TWRA and look up some of the deer records and everything?
Right, and it gives, and not only does it gives a chance for the hunters to get their antlers scored, but it gives a chance for like our deer guys to collect the data, look at them and see, in these different counties, where these, how the deer look,
And I know that Fayette County is one of those areas that I hunt in. A lot of people hunt into Hardeman County, things like that. But this may be, I don't know if this is the oldest or one of the oldest.
It's probably one of the oldest in West Tennessee.
And I know it used to be, it used to be at Brown's and Summerville.
Ty had it, set up down at Summerville at Brown's, and then for over the years and stuff.
Well, Ty Inmon is on the line with us now, the wildlife officer out of Fayette County. Good morning, Ty.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
Hey, we're doing fine, and we're talking deer rally here. So if somebody's coming through town, Dave just explained what a deer rally is, but for you, this is kind of not only a place to show off your deer, but it's become a social event, hasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it has been for about the last 20 years.
That's
We've been, having a deer rally in Fayette County, and we usually have a good turnout every year.
How many do you think you'll have? How many do you have normally?
It varies from year to year. Usually we'll have anywhere from probably a minimum of 30 deer up to about 60.
Golly.
Depends on the year.
Yeah. And this, tell them when it's going to be and where it's going to be.
Yeah, this year it'll be at Waterwell Solutions / Tennessee Tractor.
Mm-hmm.
That's in between Summerville and Oakland on Highway 64. The address is 11495 Highway 64 in Somerville. And that'll be on March the 12th, which is next Saturday.
Yeah.
From 12 o'clock till 3 p.m.
And Stu will be serving some stew.
Yes, Waterwell Solutions is providing the stew for us.
And that's kind of a tradition there because, I know when it was at Brown's, I love Mr. Brown and Miss Brown, and they had that big pot of, that huge kettle of stew and everything. And this is the same thing. I know you're glad that this has been able to carry on because this is tradition. People don't, if you don't bring a deer, they can still come and watch, can't they, Ty?
Absolutely. Yep, sure can.
And so what kind of deer will we expect there? I brought mine that one year, and Ty I think he was in on it with a bunch of other ones, and I thought mine was about a 130, and they put me between a 170 and a 180. And I know they didn't do it on purpose, but I haven't taken any deer back since then. But there'll be some good deer, won't there?
Yeah, we'll have some good deer there. Some of them won't be too big, but we should have some pretty nice deer this year.
But the rules: all antlers must have been dried a minimum of 60 days. Entries must have have been taken in Tennessee by sport hunting. This is not if you bring in one from Saskatchewan. These are all Tennessee deer, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So they don't have.
Occasionally, we'll get one from Mississippi or Kentucky where someone killed one. They wanted it scored for the Boone and Crockett registry.
Right. Yeah.
We will do that for them, but to get in the Tennessee Deer Registry, it has to be a Tennessee deer.
It has to be a Tennessee deer, and I know it doesn't matter how old it is if you've never had it scored. I know I've been there and brought him some deer, and Dave has said the same thing. Oh, I ain't had this. I killed this 10 years ago. Well, if it's
that's pretty common. We'll get a lot of guys that have deer that they take it to taxidermists. Taxidermists may have it for 2 or 3 years before they get it back, and they'll bring it. However, we would rather have it before it ever goes to the taxidermist, where it's just the antlers. It's a lot easier to score it.
It is,
Right.
Yeah. So if I've got some antlers I've never scored, I can bring my antlers. You don't have to bring the mount and everything. Bring your antlers, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you guys will line up there. How many of y'all? How many do you usually have scoring these things?
Usually scoring, we'll have 10 to 12 guys
Yeah.
there that are helping to score.
And these guys know how to do it and everything like that. So we got the deer rally March 12th again, and we'll post all this information on my website. But also, I want to catch before you take off. I know Ty likes to turkey hunt, and he knows I like to turkey hunt. And we don't have time to tell Ty's story about turkey hunting with me. That's a whole nother show sometime. Maybe we can do that on our turkey hunting show. We're going to do. All right, Ty. I might let you actually tell that story truthfully.
I'll make sure I get that in.
You would get that in, and our turkey is coming up in March, fella. Turkey season on this show, our all turkey show. We're going to be full of gobblers in here. I might let a hen in. I don't know like that, but
She's got to be bearded.
Yeah, she's got to be bearded. So, what do you think, Ty? What are you looking at? You seeing very many turkeys out there roaming around in Fayette County?
We had decent hatch last year, but the 2 previous years before that, with all the water during the spring, just doesn't look too good. And the birds that most people are killing each year, 2-year-old birds.
Yeah.
Not seeing a lot of those this year. We had, like I said, we had a lot of water, for a couple of springs in a row, and that really hurt the turkey hatch. Last year was a pretty tough year for turkey hunters here in our area, and I expect this year to pretty much be the same. But it does look good for next year. I do see several jakes right now.
Okay, well, you've just left me in a depressed mood now here. So I was hoping, because I'm going to be out there in the field on April the 2nd, and of course everybody says, "Why don't you just go ahead and shoot?" Nobody knows you didn't hit anything. Yeah, well, all my friends would know out there, because there's a sound that comes with it when you hit it. Ty,
Yeehaw!
there you go. Hey, Ty Inmon, thank you, buddy, and for that. And remember, folks, again, the deer rally. You can go to tnwildlife.org. I know there's some other ones, but this is the granddaddy of all, March the 12th at the Waterwell Solutions Tennessee Tractor Place. You can't miss it. It's on Highway 64 heading east. Look on your left and look for all the pickup trucks, okay? You can find them out there. Ty, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Thank
Good
you.
to talk to you.
All right. Ty Inmon.
And I believe the following week, if maybe somebody cannot make this deer rally, the following week, I believe up at Haydad's.
Yeah.
There sure is. That's right. That's it.
In fact, they having one today at Chickasaw.
Oh, they are.
A deer rally today at Chickasaw up there.
So we'll check that. But that's on tnwildlife.org. They got a list, I'm sure, on there. The TWRA really gets into this because it's a chance after the season to show off something.
Yeah.
Or if you just wonder what it scored and things like that. And people are saying, well, how do you score a deer?
What it does, the scoring system.
You got a minute and a half to explain this.
Okay, well, they measure, the tines, the length of the main beams, the distance between the beams. They measure the length of the tines. And what the scoring system does is based on Boone and Crockett. It balances one side against the other. It's based on symmetry, how well the deer looks. So, and you have deductions, if you have like the brow tines, if you have one that's 5 inches long and then one that's 3 inches long, well, you're going to have 2 points of deductions there, because of the difference between them.
Okay. Well, let's go to one of these deer rallies and watch them. These guys, it's a science. I can remember just watching it and say how they do it. It's pretty amazing to watch.
When I was scoring deer, it's one of those things. If you have 8 arms and hands, you can be a good deer scorer, because it seems like usually we get the hunter here hold this thing.
Gene Smith's the only one I know who's got 8 arms and 8 hands.
I've helped measure many a deer.
That's right. I measure the tails and the hoofs and stuff like that. That's mine. All right, let's take a break as the music comes in. We're breezing along here on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790, and we're on schedule too.
And it's calling you and me, where the mighty Mississippi flows by Memphis, Tennessee. find